Yes,
Cool.
guys, welcome back to the SCB YouTube channel. It's your girl Lauren, and I'm joined today by SCB's first mystery opponent, Ethan. Ethan, how are we feeling?
I'm good. I hope I'm the last as well, because just so I could keep the legacy of just being the one and only. But if it happens again, it happens again. So yeah, but I'm doing good. I realized I didn't answer the initial question. So
It's absolutely fine. Backwards is fine. What was it like being the mystery opponent? I'm curious.
um, I guess I felt a lot of pressure actually. Like weirdly enough, because it's there like you know um in like the influencer boxing scene, there's been two mystery opponents beforehand. That's been Pineda and Ham, and they both performed on the night. So like it was kind of like it was leading up to that. It's like, oh shit, like it's a bit of a legacy to follow, like in the footsteps. It's like because with a mystery, like all you really have to do is train, and so yeah, I felt a lot of pressure going into it just because of that fact, and I feel like on the night I kind of succumbed, like the pressure got to me too much, and I fucked it essentially, but you know.
Now, getting into the ring in the first place, obviously, anybody that has stepped through the ropes, I think everybody will have respect for you. So don't feel too bad about the result or anything. There's always a way to come back, and everybody will respect you regardless from stepping in. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, that's like the vibe I got because I remember like after the whole entire thing happened, I was like, oh fuck, I've got to check Twitter, don't I? I was just like, I was like, oh no. That's like one of my main like worries. Like, fuck, like, I'm gonna get clowned on Twitter. I kind of did. Like some people still like clown me on Twitter for it, but like the initial like sort of love and respect I got from many people was fucking nuts. Like it's mental because like my opponent Brandon, who had just won a match, like in a really great matter as well. Like he was phenomenal the night. And everyone's go, we love Ethan, and it's sort of there like that's like it hit me. So I was like, damn. I was like, yeah, I'll carry on because obviously, I mean, like on that day, like I lost. I get back to the change room. I'm angry. I'm pissed off, and I'm there like I'm quitting. I'm done with this. And then like the amount of support I received was like, nah, this like I've got something special here, something that if I can just continue on and just like persevere through like all these hard times, I'll come out on top eventually. So
Exactly, like there's been many boxers that have bounced back from a loss. You got likes of Kenny. Having a loss can really actually help you, as much as it might ruin your the look of your resume or
yeah,
whatever. It can really help
but
you mentally. So where you had to obviously keep the journey private as the mystery opponent, do you feel like that helped you, or did it actually feel quite isolating at times?
I actually like really isolating. I can't lie because like there's because like within this community, I've met so many like great people, and I know so many great boxers from the community. But I can't tell them anything really because it's that like it kind of ruins it. 'Cause obviously, like I know people like Kian who obviously he trains with like Soul Poppy and Ham. I know Jay who up in like Birmingham who obviously he trained with Jay Swingler and all that lot. And like it's like these two amazing people I met. And I'd like I couldn't confide in them because I thought it'd like give up the mystery, I guess. So it was the only people I could really speak to was obviously like the team and also like my coach as well. And like, but it's weird because it's just that like I really want to just like not tell people, but like just have someone just like confide in, and like not being able to do that was like I'll be like in the gym. It's like 11 p.m. I'm just off of work. I'm like fuck. I'm there like I'm all by myself by the way as well, in like
Mm.
this massive room, just like shit. So
Literally, that's what obviously the
yeah,
mystery opponent, as a spectator, everybody's just more worried about who it is, but nobody really actually thinks, rah, like that person must have really had to have gone through a really solo journey kind of vibe.
yeah. It's mad because it's like obviously the thing that separates us guys, like the small creators, from these big creators. These big creators have the money to fund the team, whereas I don't. I sort of have to make do with what resources I have, and that's a local gym with like 3 classes a week. That's just going to a regular gym by myself to get that cardio, and like the bags working, and then obviously my coach, which I sort of go to a bit more privately, a bit more one on one. That happened like once every week. So it's there like yeah, like I feel like with most of us, like we sort of get given shit because I know that some people go, oh, they think they're boxers and all that. It's like we don't. It's like these influencers have 8 weeks but have professional standards, whereas we have eight
Exactly.
weeks at a very amateur standard. And I think a lot of people don't realize that, especially like I literally started boxing two box on SCB. Like so it's like it was literally 8 weeks. I had to learn the sport and I had to get my fitness down to a level where it was like acceptable. And obviously I didn't reach it because what happened overnight happened, and but I now know that I need to put way more time and way more effort into it. Like I took the
Exactly.
training seriously, but I didn't take the lifestyle seriously, I guess. Like I was
Hey.
it's a video of me on Twitter. It's like 2 weeks before my fight, just dancing in the back of Box Park, like absolutely off my tits. And because like in my mind I was just there like, oh, it's like I've done the training, I can sort of like relax and like enjoy myself a bit. And obviously that wasn't the case because I'm not saying that was the defining moment that like messed it up for me, but like I was doing these like many small sort of dumb things just because I needed that release of tension, I guess. Because
Yeah.
obviously, what was it? At the time, I was working my job. I was training and doing all this stuff I'd never done before. I also I a uni student up until about a week ago, and I've left now. I've done my second year, got my foundation degree. I'm like, nope, not anymore. And it's a thing is like that I had so much responsibility all on me at once that like it was those tiny bits of release that like I would do, but obviously in the long term, I feel like that's what messed me up because it's sort of there like cause like my mind form if it, like going into like my next fight is like obviously I've left uni, so that's like a big chunk of time just like free, so I could just like do what I love doing. And that's obviously like I love playing like games with my mates online, and it's like during those. I mean, they'll even tell you themselves. There was like the 5 month period I just didn't speak to most of them like online at all because I was so busy just doing stuff. And I tell you what, like I got back home from SCB 002. I hop in the Discord call, and like all the good memories came back to me. I was like, shit, I really missed this. So it's yeah, a lot of responsibility I had, and most of it's been lifted off my shoulders now. So I'm just in a state of, I'm chilling, getting on, I'm doing my things, and that's it.
Well, yeah, that was a really good insight, as obviously there's a lot of people wanting to get involved, but not a lot of people understand the kind of discipline it takes. So I think that was a good, honest insight.
Yeah, I do want to say this: if you do want to get involved in boxing, you especially at our level, you need more than 8 weeks. Trust me, I am the poster child for actually dedicate time because I see obviously Benjo who's on the team, like I love him, but he's really wanted to get in the ring, but he's not. I don't think he started training yet, and obviously it's there. Like I know you really want to get in there and do it, but trust me, bro, it's like just do do your time now, train now for an eventual fight. Don't train when you have a fight. And I feel like a lot of people should adopt that mentality because it's like if you're training just for the fight, it's like I also don't think 8 weeks. I mean, this is just me speaking personally. 8 weeks is not enough to like start a habit, I guess. I need way longer than that. I need like yeah, I need so much time to actually get into that habit because there's so many things that like will distract me from here and there, and then be like, oh, I got training on Monday, but cinema's half price where I am on Monday, so I'll fuck off and go watch a film. And it's like I need way more time just to like get into the notion of stuff, and like it might take you like short while to actually get into the rhythm, but like just trust me from a personal perspective. Just get in there, do it now, form the habit, so when you do have your fight, you have the mindset in you already, and that could carry you on for the 8 weeks.
So
So
essentially, you're saying like stay ready,
yeah, yeah,
regardless if
basically,
you've got a
because
fight or not.
you could also have like an opportunity just pop up last minute, like people like B Dave, he got his Pineda fight. within like I think like he had like 2 weeks to prepare for that. But obviously, B-Dave had two fights already, and he was consistently training in Jackrabbit. So it's just that like it's not the case of like you've done a bit of boxing in the past and then you call up and then you redo it. You definitely need to be in that mindset, you know. So it probably just sounds like a bunch of waffle, but hopefully you get
No,
what I
no, I
mean.
think that makes a lot of sense, and I think as well it will bring the reality quicker. Because obviously when you have your first couple of training sessions, especially the fitness, that wall hits you and you're like, yeah, this is serious and this isn't
Yeah.
even hard compared to what, these bigger people are doing. So yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
good advice, in the sense of if you want to get involved, get ready now. You don't need a fight in order to start training. Yeah, I think
Mm.
that's good advice.
Yeah, it's just because I just know from personal experience it fucked me up, and I don't want anyone to go through what I went through essentially because it's losing is honestly like it can be a humbling experience, but in the moment, like it was like such a vulnerable thing for me losing. So it's like fuck. It's like I've gone on this stage like mystery opponent, like proper gas for it, and then I lose, and it's like my whole world fucking crumbles in that couple seconds, and it's like where do I go from here? You know, and especially like because what I don't know how many people were there on the night in person, but there was a lot of people, and especially like things I didn't take much notice of them until the fight ended. Like the only person I clocked in the crowd was obviously my mate Brooke, who runs Boxing Space. But everyone else, I just didn't even like take notice of them. And like I lose, and I'm sort of looking around, and there's all these people who have just seen me like mess it up. The live stream and just see me mess it up, and like so many people have just seen me lose, and it's like shit. I don't want. I know in boxing it has to be losers, right? But I just don't want anyone to go through what I had to go through, if that makes sense. And it's
With you, was it more so the regret of knowing that you didn't put everything into it upon reflection? Was that more of what the issue was?
I guess yeah. So I feel like if you lose, but if the thing is with me is like I reckon if I lost to Brandon in a decision, I would have been calm with it. I'd be like, yeah, fair enough. But it's just the way I lost is what it's what really annoyed me in the moment. So because it was oh fuck like yeah, stepping into that ring, my brain just went like I mean obviously you had your fight on a was it ultra white collar boxing?
Yeah, everything
What
goes out
what
the
what was that
window,
like for you? Yeah. Oh my
literally.
God, Jesus Christ. I cannot hear a thing. Like obviously the ref called off the match, right? I thought he was just calling from the second round. So I sit down in my stall and I ask him, it's like, I went to the next round, mate. And he goes, nah, it's over. I'm like, I just thought, oh shit. So it's yeah, it's mental how quickly like when you step in there, everything goes. It's weird because I've been in rings before, you know, and I was like, oh, this one won't be much different, but it really is. Like,
Yeah.
so
Well, I thought I'd take the opportunity as somebody who's, in the space. Next month, Ethan, there's some great cards coming up, both Kingpin and
yes.
Misfits. Are there any fights on either that you're going to be keeping your eye on? Any that excite you?
Oh, the B-Day's Survivor tag.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
nah. I fucking I absolutely love that guy. Like I met him at Misfits So 4. I interviewed him and he's literally like he's the nicest guy I've ever met, honestly. Like it's I also like I look up to him in a sense as well because I sort of see like when I see him it's like oh he's literally come from like nothing to like being one of the main guys on this upcoming card. And so, like, the journey he went through is kind of inspiring in a sense because obviously, I speak to him on Instagram quite regularly, and it's just like, and obviously, I speak to him in person at these events, and obviously, just hearing his story because, like, 'cause he used to be like, he was telling me like he used to be overweight, like over 200 pounds, and now he's down in like the fucking like 160, greatest shape of his life, and it's just all through boxing, and that sort of sense that inspired me a bit because it's like, oh, if he could do it, surely I can. So yeah, I'll always be a supporter of him. Um, Obviously it was a shame to see him lose against Pineda, but seeing that comeback in the tag team, like I was so happy with him. Like I saw him in Misfits 05, like he was walking around. I literally went up to him and gave him like, the biggest hug ever. I was like, I'm so proud of you, bro. I brought him a drink later that night. And then obviously I hope he wins in Misfits 8 because, it is genuinely someone I can support and get behind. So
So do you
that's
think?
the one match
How do you
I'm
think that
excited
fight
for.
goes? Like, are you going to be
How do I think
voting
that
for
fight
him to be in
goes?
the ring first?
Nah, I'm gonna do it tactically. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'll fuck it. Like, you know what? Because I think B Dave's toughest challenge in that ring that night is Nick Lamau, because Nick formed against Jay Swingler in his
He
debut,
did.
and he was impressive. So I'll vote. I'm gonna say I'd vote Nick Lamau and Swarms to go in first, and
Yeah.
because Swarms up against Deji did a good job, admittedly. So if we get like because I feel like they'll be tougher for B Dave than that Ryan
So you
Johnston
think
fella.
get the hardest? Okay, I see what you're
Yeah,
where
yeah,
you're
put
coming
them in
from.
there, and then obviously if B Dave gets tagged in, he'll be up against the slightly worn out Nick Lamau or Swarms, and then we get fresh Ryan Johnston come in, and I know B Dave's style by now is like like in his tag team match, I could sort of like pick out like what he goes for, especially in these tag matches, and that's like hit him with as much power as possible, dig all his punches, tag out, have a rest, and then go back in. So it's I really want him just to win because obviously 'cause I know it's like a tag match, but it's also like solo as well. So this would be his first time going back into the ring solo since January. So like if he gets that, I feel like that'd be more of a personal victory for him than the tag team was. So
Yeah, I mean, it will definitely put him in a good position moving forward. I think any person that wins that fight, they're going to have a lot of options open to them, aren't
I
they?
I want to see him versus Bryce Hall, 100%.
Oh,
Yeah, it happened a while ago on a Twitter space. B Dave was asking for a fight when Bryce Hall joins and starts like basically disrespect that. And it's just like it's a weird thing ever because like it's like B Dave used to be at like the fucking hype house all the time with them, so it's like I feel like there's a bit of animosity together. That could be an actual grudge match. So, but I think that's a fight to make next if B Dave was to win,
that
personally.
would be interesting, especially like if he does well in this bare knuckle as well. That's going to be
Mm.
a good fight with
Yeah,
hype around it.
I'm thing is, I never really had interest in that bare knuckle beforehand, but when I see Bryce Hall, it's like, holy shit, I want to see this. I want to see how it goes, especially up against a 2-0 person in bare knuckle already. Not just another influencer. Is like this guy either has balls or is really good, and he's just improved since I think it's 2021 he last fought, wasn't it? In a social gloves one.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
so.
So he's had a bit of a break, obviously I feel like it will be almost 2 years until it's like yeah about 2 year break. So but I feel like if he has dedicated himself to doing this, that 2 years break could mean a lot. So I'm excited to see him fight in that bare knuckle.
For sure. Well, Ethan, is there anything that you've got in the pipeline that you want to tell the people about? Is there anything you got
Ah,
planned?
not really. I mean, I'm sort of just like like taking a rest from it all because there's a lot of stuff I have missed ever since I started boxing, and I'm taking my time to enjoy it all again. And I'm sort of just like, yeah, I'm just chilling, just loving stuff again. And I'll come back to it eventually. Trust me. Like I want to fight in the next year, 100%. And like that could be on any platform, really. Like obviously, if I was to fight SCB again, I feel like it'd be like kind of like a redemption story in that sense. Like going off a loss from the second show and then coming back to win. But like at this point, I will just fight anywhere. Like you know, if I was to get lucky enough for like any big opportunities, like that'd be great. Obviously, but that would take a lot more building up my personal channel, which is what my main focus for this last leg of the year is, I guess. Where I'm just like, just gonna go ham with that. Obviously train in my free time, but just concentrate on the channel and build myself up as someone you would want to see on an event, right? Because the problem is with obviously our community, a lot of them are just keyboard warriors on Twitter, but it's not like no one cares if you're a keyboard warrior on Twitter, you know? It's like that's the thing I have to respect most for personally, is because he most wanted made himself different. Like because Twitter Spaces, he jumped right onto it when they were banging, and he literally rode it all the way to the top. And like the people he's in talks with now, because he just like followed that trend and then just keeps doing stuff to maneuver with the environment of our scene is like I genuinely think he's so smart for it personally. So, you know, I'm proud of him and what he's achieving, and I actually can't wait to see him wherever he fights next, whether that be SCB, Misfits, or anywhere really. Like the connections he's made just by being him and presenting himself as this character. Like, I don't think you'll see another guy from Twitter be able to replicate what he's done. So that's why I've like, shit, like go in a different route, find something that will work for me, and find something that will get me to the top. So
Love that. Well, on that note, we will end
yeah,
that there. There was some great words, Ethan.
thank you very much. I probably waffled way too much, but you know, it is what it is.
No, no, you're good. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
That's all right, Lauren, and
Perfect.
good luck.
We'll speak soon.